welcome to the Modcast, a special episode of the Failcast which will have consequences if it fails. I'm Jack, aka Binnsyboy.
Who do you want to go first?
That's what he was going to introduce us. He's the host.
Oh, well, there's a pause. I assumed you...
Fine, I'll introduce you. Okay, the slightly Scottish guy is Sam Broderick, aka TimeLord.
Hello.
I don't know Sky's actual name, but Sky14, come here.
Her real name is Heather.
No. No. Edit that out.
I've released it to the internet. It's okay.
Oh, the consequences.
And Maida, aka Nasrin. I don't know your last name.
It's Lashani, but it's not a big deal.
I'm not going to try. I'm not good with pronunciation.
Mine's tough too. It has an apostrophe in it. Glottal stop. It's super complicated.
Oh, God.
I feel bad for you guys.
Both my names are just monosyllabic. Okay, have one syllable. It's just Jack Binns.
Yeah, you have an easy name.
It's like pet names.
Although my middle name is Donald, so there's that. Have fun. Anyway. So, we have to interview mods now, and it's all Escapist related for once, which is really unusual for us.
Well, to be fair, me, Sky, and Maida have already met in person together in
I'm the
America.
odd one out here.
Yeah, you are, actually.
Should be ashamed.
All stare at me.
I'll stare at your picture. I'll stare at your dog.
What's
Staring
the dog
back
ever
at
done
me.
to you?
I don't know, but it's the only thing I can stare at.
What's wrong with his ear?
I'm fairly certain I've got a picture of on my Escapist profile of me pointing sternly at the camera.
Yeah,
I'm going to check that out right now.
Oh, yay.
We're all about cats, the Escapist.
I will fight you for this.
Cats and ponies.
You guys should check out the YouTube, actually. We put this awesome new skin up, and the Fail Pony is behind the main featured panel. Just
I'm going to
FYI,
also
if
check
you
that
want
out
more
right
pony
now.
info.
I do not. I did actually watch about half of the first season.
I
What, My
tried
Little
as well.
Pony?
We've all tried at the office,
Yeah.
you know?
'Cause
Just because you
I
have
tend
to
to-
try, and...
Yeah.
I feel like it feels like a kid's show. It doesn't feel like it goes deeper. You know?
How far did you get?
It's just I don't know. There's a lot of other cartoons out there that have all these really mature themes, like Invader Zim
Adventure
or
Time.
Rocko's Modern Life or that sort of stuff. Ren and Stimpy, super adult. And then My Little Pony that has a whole culture evolving around it, and it just felt like it was all about parties and apples.
All the
I think
apples.
that the entire idea of it is to teach young kids basic morals and life lessons and that kind of thing. And
Totally. But
Then
it's
why
not
have the
Which is
story
good.
in the first 2 episodes? That's what really annoyed me. I thought, cool, fighting ponies. I'm going to watch this. Second episode, gone.
Yep.
Well, they bring that back
Yeah.
at some point.
Yeah,
I-
at the start of the second season. And then they left it again.
Well, they have to have something to draw you in, don't they?
If it was
Don't
like a
make it look-
Zoids show where all the ponies battled all the time, I would be totally into it.
I think everyone would, especially if
Was
it's
it-
live action.
So I'm guessing
Oh no,
by
God, no.
No, not live action. What are you talking about?
I'm guess-
Morphin Power Rangers.
Oh, God.
so I'm guessing by
Horse
the
fighting.
I'm
Mind
guessing
you,
by the resp-
I tend to
Sorry.
have multiple shows on the go at once, and when I did watch the first few episodes of My Little Pony, I was watching it alongside this anime called Dead Man Wonderland, which, if you've ever heard of it, is a bit of a juxtaposition.
It sounds the complete opposite to My Little Pony.
Yeah, it's literally about people who cut themselves and throw their blood at each other.
Oh, wow.
Wow, yeah, that's nice.
It's actually very good.
So I'm guessing by the responses here that I'm the only person who actually watches My Little Pony constantly.
I
I guess so.
I've
Yeah.
almost finished
in case it
season
wasn't
2.
clear, I don't mind the show. It's just
Well, I watch it because I'm a member of the My Little Pony group, and there's some interesting things they talk about in there that are not ponies. And
wait,
they
so you're not a member of the group because you're a fan. You're a fan because you're a member of the group.
Yeah.
well, I still watch the episodes whenever they post them because they go up on YouTube, and I still watch them, and it's interesting to talk about.
Fair
A lot
enough.
of mature people talking about a kids show is always fun, but it's
Define
interesting.
mature.
Yeah,
Don't
I
actualize
can't.
it.
I can't.
You don't. Yeah. Right,
Well,
fine.
mature as you can be over the internet, I suppose.
So about as mature as you are at the age of 13, then.
Maybe.
Alright, I'm gonna start asking questions now.
Oh, I'm looking at the Escapist YouTube channel. It's pretty.
Thanks. Jose worked pretty hard on that, and Lewis.
So did you have any input on that?
I mean, yes, of course.
you said, oh, it'd be cool if I had a cool YouTube channel background, and then that was it.
And also, we should put more ponies on it.
Fair enough. Alright, so first up, what's the weirdest post you ever had to moderate?
Well, spam bot posts can always be quite weird.
Yeah, but I feel like those aren't very creative.
Yeah, I bought a new kitchen off one of those recently.
It hasn't arrived and you've lost your credit cards, but you bought it.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't see the interesting ones. I only see the ones that are, like, horrible. Like, just, like, either just, like, morally horrible or just, like, you know, all penises, like, and then someone appeals it and they're like, it was artistic expression, like.
Yeah, it's still PG-13.
Are you, referring to Boudica here, I feel I should ask?
No, I'm not referring to anyone in particular, actually. Honestly, it's even difficult for me to keep track a lot of the time of, like, who has a history of what until I, like, go and, like, look into it and stuff. But, like, it's crazy how people think that you have, like, you know, a grudge or, like, an agenda, and you're like, I don't even remember that, man, like...
Who are you?
Yeah, it's like, I knew you by your picture, and then you changed the picture.
Exactly! It's like, oh yeah, you're that guy that's always contrary. Well, there's a lot of them. No, but I mean, what have you guys seen? Like, I mean, you guys crawl the queues a lot more than me, so I feel like you guys see all the weird stuff.
Yeah, I only see the colours of the Escapist now. It's just all I see.
So it's like looking at the Matrix, basically.
Yeah, I've looked at the mod queue so much that it's just those colours are all I see at all times now.
References. Mind you, I got Pub Club about sometime last year. It's cool, but one thing I do miss is having amusing captures.
Oh yeah, I like how people post the funny ones.
Yeah, of course, I think some people take it a bit too far and try and read into them a bit.
They get really, Onyx, my wolfhound is crying because there's someone walking by outside. This is my life.
Is it an Irish wolfhound?
Yes.
Oh, those are hilarious.
Yeah, he's really snuggly. He always, like, tries to steal the couch from me, and he succeeds because he's larger. But, sorry, that's a tangent.
I don't mind it, just talking, isn't it? A few years ago, I actually found out that that's the dog that my terrier thinks he's as big as because it was the only dog that I've ever seen him get scared by.
And you know, the bigger, like, I mean, my wolfhound especially, like, is really sweet, so the smaller dogs will totally intimidate him. He'll just go belly up, like, immediately.
Yeah, my Labrador's like...
I try to make him tough. I walk him at night in the graveyard and everything, and, like, it just doesn't even...
Give him a Rocky-style workout montage.
I should do that. I should bring, like, my iPod with me and, like... blast it on the little speaker. Everyone in my neighborhood will think I'm just ridiculous.
Well, everyone around here really thinks I'm ridiculous, so...
Anyway, the weirdest posts you guys have seen. Sky?
Yeah? I don't actually have any weird ones. I've got a lot of funny ones.
Oh, go for it.
The most recent one I've got is a picture of Batman Begins. No, Dark Knight Rises. I've forgotten what the context was, but it was low content, so I had to punish it.
Was it like a mem image or something?
No, it was just a picture of the judge guy from The Dark Knight Rises.
You mean Bane?
No, the judge guy.
You mean the guy from the first movie, Cillian Murphy?
The
I
Scarecrow
don't know
guy.
their names. I'm not a Batman fan.
It's
Also-
funny because isn't he like a I want to use the right word, English actor?
Probably.
Sam, did you just say mem?
Yeah, how do you pronounce it?
Meme.
Is it, but why?
There's an E on the end, that's why.
Meme?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't say it a lot in real life. I see it on the internet.
Books
it.
always do that to you too, like sci-fi or fantasy books. You read some giant word, you're like, oh, I'm totally gonna remember that and say it later. And then you start it, and then you realize you have no freaking idea.
It's got way too many vowels. What's
It's not
going
even
on?
with fantasy words. I must have been about 15 and being a voracious reader when I first realised that hors d'oeuvres were these hors d'oeuvres that I'd been reading about. Okay, next question then. Let's see, I've got my little notepad file open. Oh yeah, Sky's question.
I had a question.
Yeah, you did.
Uh-oh.
No, not one aimed at you, one you posted.
I know, that's why I'm saying uh-oh.
And no, it's not let's have the handsome mod sky person thing. No, it's the one underneath that. Do you listen to music while going through the mod queue? And if so, what kind? I expect you to have a lengthy answer for this one, considering you posted it.
Well, prepare to be disappointed.
Shit.
I usually just put iTunes on shuffle, unless I'm in a really bad mood, then I'll probably put Dragon Force on.
Alright, then what music do you listen to then? Just get some idea of it.
I don't know. Rock. A few
Good.
pop songs thrown in.
You started off well and went immediately downhill with the word pop. Yeah, I'm one of those people.
Yep.
I feel
Alright,
like in our office we listen to a lot of really loud music. Like, not the same kind, but I listen to a lot of, like, grunge and punk rock and...
Oh yeah, because you're actually the Escapist building, aren't you?
Yes, exactly.
Gosh.
I'm a staff member and everything, so I'm
Cool.
at the, like, main office. But yeah. So, like, also, like, post-punk and, like, a little bit of indie and, I don't know, a lot of stuff. But mostly angry music because, Jesus. No,
Well,
not
you're on the
because
internet,
of
of course
Jesus,
you're gonna have
sorry.
pent-up rage.
What?
Of course, you're on the internet, of course you're gonna have pent-up rage.
Well, I mean, so I have to sort of, like, everything that's, like, a really big problem that nobody else can solve, like, not, I mean, in the company, but I mean, like, moderation-wise, forum-wise, is the stuff that I have to see. So it's always, like, the people that are already, like, really angry and have flamed out, and then, like, I have to talk to them after, like, we've already decided to, like, ban them, you know what I mean? And be like, this is why you have to leave now. And they're like, you know, wishing that you would die and all this stuff. And just like,
Fair enough.
I'm gonna have to put on some Kurt Cobain.
I use emo music for the same reason.
Oh, yeah? Like what?
Like Linkin Park.
Yeah,
Um,
that's pretty... I feel like Linkin Park is
Erasmus.
almost even alternative, which I appreciate.
Yep.
Alright, TimeLord, what's it for you?
Well, anything sort of upbeat, I suppose. I mean, when you're looking through the kind of posts that get reported and you have to moderate them, it makes you really depressed.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to keep your spirits up somehow. So I usually listen to Miracle of Sound, actually.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love his music, so just anything of his makes me smile. So that kind of thing, and just anything. A lot of my iTunes library is filled with game soundtracks and stuff like that,
Yep.
and that kind of I love that kind of thing. So
Yes,
Shuffle.
refresh yourself with Miracle of Sound.
Yes.
Product placement.
yeah, product placement. Yeah,
Commander Shepard is a really good song. What are you talking about?
Sorry, who? What was that?
I said Commander Shepard is a really good song.
Oh yeah.
oh god, yeah.
To the
Yes.
point where, you know, you get the what's the face who did female shepherd saying shit like that at panels, didn't she?
Oh.
I saw a video of her and it was like, you know, she was doing the fight like a Krogan line.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I want to go find that now.
So now
That's
he's
so
super duper
awesome.
famous.
Oh man, I don't know, man. Gav is awesome. Like, I was a moderate fan before Expo, but then after like hanging out and like seeing his performance and stuff, like it really
It's the
gets stuck
Irish
in your
charm.
head.
Yeah, that live performance was fantastic. It was brilliant.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
well,
really,
maybe
I'm
see it.
thinking about next Expo. I really hope his tinnitus gets better. I just,
Oh god, yeah. Yeah.
Isn't it that with some people it can be a lifelong condition?
I know we're like really with our fingers crossed here. I mean, he said he still intends to make music, like regardless. So, I mean, that's
Oh,
something, but
trooper.
still, you know, he's a great guy. And, like, I want his quality of life to be great. So,
Fair enough. As opposed to people that aren't great and you want them to suffer and die.
yeah, exactly.
Who told you?
But yeah, hopefully I will make the next expo
Yay!
because I'm on a gap year at that point.
It should be bigger and better.
Thing is, I'll probably wander in looking like a homeless person because, as like I said, I've been on a gap year, so I have just been volunteering in America,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll spend the whole time camping.
Where?
You have to hitchhike there, do you?
Where?
No, I'll get a plane at least. I haven't decided yet because there's a few places I can do it, but obviously I'm going to try and find the one that's most conveniently located next to Carolina.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
It might not be Carolina, it might just be the next state over, but you know.
We have a really nice climate. I mean, I constantly think about moving somewhere else just because I've grown up here, but it's really difficult for me to do it because I can't think of anywhere that has like a better living condition.
Yeah, I do want to live in America, and I have a friend who, interestingly, lives quite close to Durham, to the point where she keeps recommending me things I should do in and around the Escapist Expo after I've been there. And obviously, as you do, discussions move to weather, and it's just like, she wants to move somewhere that it rains, and as a British person, I'm appalled by that.
Why would you want rain? What
I know.
possible?
I like rain.
I've arrived at the conclusion that because she lives in a hot place, and I'll ask Nasrin this, when it rains in Carolina, is it like warm rain?
Yes, most of the time. I mean, there can be cold rains, but usually it's very humid here in general, and like
There has never in the history of Britain been a warm rain.
No, that's correct. On the Sunday of the expo, didn't it? It rained, didn't it?
I think
A
it
little
did,
bit,
yeah.
yeah.
Which was
Yeah,
funny
it
because
wa-
they had that big outdoor festival going on.
Yeah, and that's just completely different to Scottish rain where I live. If it rains in Scotland, you have no chance if you're outside. You will die.
But the rain in Scotland is 25%.
You'll die, like literally.
Yeah,
you'll
well,
die.
no. Well, when it rains, it gets windy and it gets cold, and you just don't want to be outside, and you'll get soaking wet. And when it rains on that Sunday of the expo, it was like, oh, this is nice rain. It's nice and warm. It's like, well, I wanted it to rain all this time in Scotland.
Okay, but you don't actually die though if it rains.
No, I was.
Okay, I get you.
Exactly.
You were being hyperbolic. That's fine.
Yes, that's the word. Yes.
We do that a lot in Britain.
Yes,
Okay.
I do. I love doing that to my friends. But
Next one.
they-
How
they
many
don't
hours
like
a
it.
week do you moderate for?
What?
Yeah, this is a question that was on the thread. How many hours a week do you moderate for?
Uh.
I imagine for you it might be a bit different because you have it as a full-on job. kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. I mean, totally. I it's not even the majority of my job. I would say it's like 20% of my job or something. No, but I mean, just as far as like time that I'm spending monitoring. But I would say I spend about like 10, 15 hours a week just like responding to community stuff. What about you guys?
After you, TimeLord.
Oh, okay. I'll wait for you, ladies first. Oh, well, it depends. I mean, I have a full-time job, so I work about 45 hours a week anyway. But usually, whenever I get home, I'll sort of sit on my bed with my iPad or turn on my computer and do a couple of hours on the Escapist or something like that. So it varies from week to week, but probably anything between about 10 to 15 hours. More if I've got a day off.
That's a fairly quick question to resolve.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
tough
pretty much
because
the
like you
opposite.
never really put it down, do you? Like you just anytime you're at the computer, you're like, oh, does someone need something? Do this thing.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, my iPad and my computer, the home pages when the browsers load up are the Escapist, so it's instantly there whenever I turn anything on.
Yep. What about you, Sky?
Me, well, since I'm unemployed, I'm pretty much on the computer all day, so I just go back and forth like every hour just to check.
Yep. I mean, you basically become addicted to it because it's just sort of like, it's nice to have everyone have all of their problems solved, and you want that to be going on as often as possible. So, like, whenever there is an issue, like, it's not going to just disappear, like, someone has to fix it. So it's like, you sort of take responsibility and feel like you want people to feel like they're having a good time and that they're being listened to.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I just want to apologize for my background noise right now because my cats are fighting.
Cool. You must film that.
Yeah,
I
that could be
probably
like the extra at the end of the podcast. Is like footage of the cats fighting.
I don't know what that scraping was, but I thought a tiger had attacked the screen. I thought her cats must be exotic.
So far,
No,
we've
I've
talked
also
about
got
horse
dog.
fighting and cat fighting, by the way.
I seem to be the only person without animals here.
Well, none of mine are in the room.
Take one of mine.
No, I'm allergic. I don't like. No, please no.
You're a dog person then.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I have asthma, so I'm allergic to all animals with fur.
What?
Yeah, it sucks.
But really, because my dad had asthma and he keeps gun dogs.
Well, it depends how bad it is. It was a lot worse when I was younger, but it's just my family's never had animals, just for the main reason that they don't know how much it'll affect me. So
Fair enough.
goldfish it is then.
Goldfish can actually be really difficult pets in the sense that if you clean out their tank and don't like make sure that the water temperature is balanced before putting them back into it, then they
They
will
will die.
instantly die. Yeah, I
Yeah.
learned that.
Well, the hard way.
It was not that hard for me, I guess. It was harder on the fish. I mean, I was pretty sad about it because I had a pretty sweet little castle set up. I guess I could have replaced them, but I didn't.
If I owned fish, I would want to get a Japanese fighting fish just so that I could say that I owned a Japanese fighting fish.
They're pretty
That'd
cool.
be a conversation starter.
Get a koi fish.
Don't
I'll
you
have to
need
explain
like
what
a
that
big
is.
pond for a koi fish?
Yeah, that's like the most expensive fish you can get in Japan.
Why would you recommend that then?
So I'm
Because
evil.
capitalism.
They look cool.
Okay, the next question is is more of a game, and it's what is the best way to mispronounce Sky's username?
Oh, come on.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I've listened to the Failcasts, and I don't understand how you're screwing this up. It's not even like she has silent letters in her name or anything like that.
I don't know. It's just one
I
of those
don't
ones
get
that
it.
mangles people's minds.
I would
'cause
say Skiamia. If you thought that the numbers were representative of letters.
Oh, I never thought of that.
I like that.
I remember what happened when I told you about the way that I accidentally mispronounced it.
Was that the enema or the leukemia one?
Yeah, it was Sky Enema.
Oh, jeez.
Is that why she's called Dave now?
Yeah.
I never really. One thing I
Makes me
didn't
cry
get
inside.
in that thing was that you said, "Oh, change my username to Dave," and then he said, or Daystar said, "That's our word." That's
You can't use that word, it's ah.
And then
I-
no, there was the Japanese thing. He said Kawaii Desu Dave or something.
Kawaii this, Dave. Yeah,
The fuck does that mean?
it means cute.
Well,
Cute
yeah, I know what
Dave.
kawaii means, but what does the sentence mean?
It means cute Dave.
Oh, right. It's 3 words, so it throws me.
Well, if you say it, Sky, if you say it in your anime voice, then it would be cute Dave.
Oh god.
I think you should demonstrate your anime voice in case Maida hasn't heard it.
Do it.
I thought I just did. Kawaii this, Dave.
Wow.
That is amazing.
That was
I
pretty
hope.
great.
I do
Really?
impersonations and I'm impressed by that. Oh god. So, did any of you actually listen to any of the Failcasts or the Communicast before you came on this?
A little bit. I mean, I did, like, just when it started because I wanted to keep an eye on it, but...
Fair enough. And now that I know that you're no longer listening, the subject matter will take a nosedive immediately.
Yeah, after this one, Maida doesn't care anymore, so...
There's still mean TimeLord.
No.
Yeah, well, I'm doing another one tomorrow. I don't know what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about everything today.
Ah, fair enough.
There's a Failcast tomorrow with Breakfast Man and Stegosaurus or something.
Oh,
Is it
yeah.
a drunk?
Oh, Sega Droid.
Is it a drunk cast?
Call him Master Swish, he hates it.
If it is a drunk cast, I was not told about it. I'll need to get some alcohol.
The regular Failcast runs every Sunday.
So then it probably is.
Oh yes, it is. Sorry, I thought it was Friday today for some reason. Yes, and you'll be on there with me again.
Yes,
Shit.
yeah. Haha, you can't escape me.
Fair enough. Alright, so next up is modding stressful, and if so, how do you unwind?
Of course modding is stressful.
Oh, man. I mean, we did see our music answer.
Well, yeah, but surely there's something else.
No, I've got one. I usually play Lord of the Rings online and just kill orcs constantly.
I tried that game and I thought it was... I don't know, maybe it's because I can't play MMOs without getting really bored. But,
Maybe. It's free to play.
yeah. Still losing it.
Cute animal pictures, they're a staple in my workplace.
I have really weird hobbies when I have to relieve stress. For instance, I whittle.
You what?
I carve.
That's a
Oh, right.
Yes.
You carve little wood animals or something.
Well, I'm making a whistle at the moment.
It seems
It's
like
like the future.
vaguely threatening to do as like a resource for like anger management.
Sometimes I carve what I see, sometimes I carve the future.
Exactly, that's the Cletus thing, isn't it?
Yeah. My accent's bad, sorry.
Like, what is it? Like, my eyesight ain't been so good since I drank that moonshine, but I whittles what I sees. What's this? Oh, sometimes I whittles the future. Chief Wiggum being mauled by a bear.
The best one.
Well, I prefer just to turn on Ratchet and Clank and find the biggest weapon in my arsenal and just go shoot everything.
The only
I
Ratchet
love
and
that
Clank,
game.
the only Ratchet and Clank game I've played is a PSP game that
Which one? Size Matters or Secret Agent Clank?
size matters, I think.
That's the better one.
Yeah.
But no, which one is it? The PS2 one,
Yep.
Ratchet and Clank 3,
That's
Up
the
Your
one, those
Arsenal.
are the ones that I played, just the PS2 versions.
They're the best. I mean, the PS3 ones are really good, but the PS2 ones are so much better. You get huge guns, and you can go shoot hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of enemies, and it's just
I love
I'm
the way
invincible.
that bolts are like magnetized and just like fly towards you as you blow things
Oh, that
up.
too. Yeah. Yes. No, I love those games.
It's
all
very,
of them.
it's very satisfying.
I don't actually own a
Especially when you
PS3.
pull out the Rhino or something like that, and you can fire hundreds of rockets at somebody.
I'd actually own a PS3, but one game that has made me tempted to buy one is that, what is it, Tokyo Jungle?
Yeah, Susan was talking about that. She's like really into it. Apparently, you can be an animal and you just have to like, you know, survive in a post-apocalyptic city. But like, it's very,
Groundbreaking.
it's just innovative, creative. Like the whole idea of it is just interesting. Like being
What
an
does sound
animal,
kind of
interacting with
annoying
other
is
animals.
What does sound kind of annoying is that you have to unlock the other animals. I don't think. I mean, I get that they're trying to like make you play it for as long as possible to unlock things, but I feel like sometimes the game suffers for that.
I think
It's the same with anything, isn't it?
Well, I just mean with some games. For instance, I played Ultimate Spider-Man on the GameCube back in the day, and you could unlock some like costumes and stuff. But by the point that you would have unlocked most of the costumes, you'd have done all of the quests, including the side missions. So the
I
just
mean,
meant to continue
the
playing
costumes are sort of like supposed to be rewards, though.
Well, yeah, but it's just like you're never going to use them because by the time you're done, you will be burned out on that game.
Yeah, I mean, it's just sort of like the kinds of people that are completionists wouldn't care about they wouldn't be burnt out, and the people that aren't like that wouldn't care about it. You know what I mean? It's
Okay,
there if you
but-
wanted it, it's not there if you don't want it.
Yeah, but if people are completionists, I don't think they would care about costumes anyway. They just do the missions anyway. Surely.
Depends if you want to unlock everything
Yeah.
in the end.
But still, with Tokyo Jungle, I can imagine that being a game where it might be better just to let them have a variety of animals straight off.
I guess,
But not
but
all
like
of them.
that will sort of defeat the need to like, you know, earn them and like learn. Because don't they sort of increase in difficulty as far as like,
Well, maybe I wouldn't know because I haven't actually played it.
me neither. I don't have a PS3 either. There's tons of PS3 games that like really tempt me all the time to buy them, like Shadow of the Colossus, and then Final Fantasy VII was re-released on PSN, and like just
See, thing is, I'll buy a PS3, and then the PS4 will get released, and they'll start selling like the
I
PS3 games in the
know.
arcade or something.
it's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be very soon.
Yeah.
Maybe
So-
like
Do you have
a
some
year or
inside
two.
information to tell us about?
What?
Do you have any inside information about that to tell us about in
No,
the games industry?
definitely
Oh,
not.
damn.
Good try though.
There goes that plan.
I just, you know, whatever. I just have a feeling like it will not be that long. But I mean, I'm in the same boat as you guys, like with the whole speculating thing for the
Well, yeah,
most
we've been
part.
on a console cycle for what, nearly 10 years now.
It's been a long time since the PS3 and Xbox came out. Must be due for one sometime.
So, yeah.
I can't believe how long it's been. It really feels like very recently.
When did the 360 come out?
Oh, it must have come out about
2001?
yeah.
Seriously?
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
No,
Let me
I think
look
it's
it
a bit. I think it was a bit later than that because I don't think we're quite at 10 years yet.
I'm going to Google
Did
that.
it come out?
No,
I think
we're
it came
all
out when I left
Googling it.
school.
Because Halo 1, which is for the original Xbox, came out in about 2000 or 2001. So I don't think the 360 would have come out that quickly.
Let's see.
See what the internet says.
I'm gonna guess 2005.
Yes. You're right.
Really?
I
Yeah.
was gonna say. I'm
Holy
not
crap.
just saying this to sound like a dick, but I was gonna say 2005, but I didn't think that was quite right.
Well, 7 years, Jesus.
I mean, it's not that long.
It's longer than most console cycles.
I have
mean,
nothing to
don't get me
compare
wrong,
it
I'm
to,
ready
so-
for the next thing or whatever. Although
Oh.
I do hate to shell out another few $100 for it because you know it's going to be like $500.
I thought you were talking about the next question, then I was like, oh, okay. I'm running this thing. I think you'll find. But yes, on that note, have you ever had a user that you wanted to ban, but they were walking the line where you couldn't?
Oh, every
You
day,
don't have to name names.
All
but
the time.
every
All
single
the
day.
time.
You can just name posting habits.
I mean,
No, because then people guess.
I don't even know
I've
anyone.
got two
in
that I don't mind
particular-
naming.
I don't know anyone in particular off the top of my head, but all the time there are people that I personally like, you know, rub me the wrong way because they, you know, immediately come at you very aggressively despite you wanting to help them. Regardless, like, it doesn't affect my decision at all about whether they broke a rule or not, just because my job isn't really to have an opinion about it. It's just to sort of like interpret whether something has happened or not. So, you know, all the time people are clever enough to skirt rules, and like, you know, good for you if you are not breaking one overtly, but
Yeah, I think
you're being a jerk.
and that is something a lot of people forget. I think that's something a lot of people forget, that it is a job with sort of professional standards.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, even if you do have something personal, you're not going to do anything about it.
indeed. You heard it here first. If you have a problem with her, she hates you too.
First one I've got is King Uendo, because I used to speak to him on Skype, like, so we could basically say anything to that. So I know he really loves to argue and start arguments.
Who's this?
King Uendo. He's
Oh.
recently come back. He left for ages.
Fair enough.
So he's actively out seeking arguments. I know he is, because he loves doing it, so I'm watching him.
Alright, next question. What is your favourite TV show or film? See, it's not all about The Escapist.
Ooh.
Do I really have to answer that?
Well, you can do TV show and film.
Yay!
Sweet.
Okay. TV show. Either Cowboy Bebop or Red Dwarf. I'm gonna cheat.
Is it the USA
And-
adaptation of Red Dwarf?
And movie, probably, and I know I'm going to get crap for this, either The Hunger by Tony Scott or Bram Stoker's Dracula by Francis Ford Coppola. Yes, I realize they're both vampire movies. Let's move on.
The Twilight era ruined it. But when you say Red Dwarf, do you mean the actual Red Dwarf or the USA adaptation?
The actual one.
Good. Good.
You. Me next.
Yeah?
My TV show would probably be The Walking Dead, because I love zombies.
Fair enough.
And my film would be... probably Dodgeball.
Oh,
That's a good film.
brilliant. It's like, do I drink my own urine because I have to? No, I do it because I like the taste of it. It's a good film. What about you, Sam?
Well, obvious TV show is Doctor Who.
Yeah, because you are
Um,
essentially blonde David Tennant.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really
I do.
are.
Yeah, that was actually a question I was supposed to ask you. Are you David Tennant's son?
Yeah, that was Sassafras that asked that question. He thinks
It's a
I am.
very sassy question.
Yeah.
Snap, snap, snap.
Well, it doesn't help. He's born on the exact same day as me and the exact same age as me.
What?
So we've always had this sort of like ever since I joined the Escapist, we realised we were both born on
Oh,
the 14th of January.
Sassafras, not David
yeah,
Tennant.
yeah.
I was
Sam
like,
isn't
wow,
from-
you
No,
look
sorry.
very good for your age.
No, we originally realised we were both born in 1991 on the 14th of January, and every year we PM each other with a birthday message, and he thinks I'm the son of David Tennant, and he's trying to prove it.
Fair
somehow.
enough. He'll take you on Jeremy
And-
Kyle and get a fertility test.
Yes. No, I don't like Jeremy Kyle.
Neither do I, but it is fairly amusing to just watch the occasional clip. But it does.
It's an amusing show, but I hate what it represents
It-
about just putting people on a stage and laughing at them.
Yeah, it does destroy your faith in humanity after a while, I think.
Also, I like Red Dwarf. I just watched the new series, which... have you seen all of the new series, Maida?
I actually haven't seen any of it. I've been too busy with work.
Oh,
So have I actually. I've
Maybe
only
I'll
watched
do
the
that
first
today,
episode of it.
actually.
it's really good.
I know.
It's not...
I've been sort of like saving it for myself because I've, wanted it for so long, and now it's here, and I'm
Yeah.
like scared because Back to Earth is bad, and I know it's good, but like, I just, I kind of want to delay it just to like enjoy it a little more. Is that crazy?
Fair enough. Yeah.
That's how I
No,
felt
not
about
really.
Firefly.
I liked Back to Earth.
Back to Earth was okay, but when you compare it to the original series, it's not good at all.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
If I may contribute my favourite TV show and film, even though I'm not a mod.
Go for it.
It is Firefly, but I feel like that's a bit of a cop-out answer because it only went for one season. It is, but if I had to go for something that's still running, it would be a tie between Supernatural and Breaking Bad.
Supernatural is so good.
The most recent season's awesome.
Not just because everyone in it is a hot dude that also has special powers and stuff and doesn't have
Well,
any
no, they don't
girlfriends.
really-
What
they
is
don't
that?
really
None
have
of them
special
have any
powers.
girlfriends. They all die.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Sorry,
sure that's
I'm
down
the
to
target
fangirls.
audience.
That is because of the fangirls, they all die.
Yes.
And my favourite film, I've not really been a big film person, but I'd have to say my favourite film is... Actually, can't think of one. Amazing. I'm just going to say
This is
Serenity,
done.
because that way I can have some Firefly representation.
Sweet. I actually saw The Hobbit today.
Oh,
Oh, is it any good?
It's fantastic.
Yay! I keep hearing mixed things about it. Like, Movie Bob likes it, and then Steve Butt said it was terrible. He said, like, hashtag there and not back again. So it was like, wow, those are some pretty extremely different opinions from people who I both trust, like, really a lot.
Well,
If
as
you liked
mov-
the Lord of the Rings movies, you should like it, really.
That's good.
Okay,
as
good.
Movie Bob said that
Good.
if you compare them to the Lord of the Rings movies, they're not great because you can't top the Lord of the Rings movies. So if lots of reviewers are doing that, then
It's
I
a
don't know, I
different
haven't seen
story
it.
entirely, though, and if you
Exactly.
appreciate that, and people recognize that about the books already, and if you're one of those people, then hopefully, this is what I'm guessing, is like you'll like the movie from what you're saying.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I play the MMO, so I actually recognized a lot more than I thought I would, because I've never read The Hobbit.
Oh, really? It's so good. It's really short, too, so, like, you could really knock it out in an afternoon. Or a day.
Yeah, my friend's a massive, like, he's not nerdy at all, he's like a big sports person, but he's obsessed with Lord of the Rings. But he doesn't read, that's the other thing.
Audiobooks.
I just went up to him in psychology. Hey, do you want me to ruin The Hobbit for you? No!
Bitch, I can't read.
Bilbo Baggins survives.
well, not that it's revealed in the first Lord of the Rings film or anything like that.
I feel like I'll just add this one in. What's your favourite game?
EverQuest. Of all time, or, like, now? Right now, Skyrim. Like, I would like to be playing Skyrim right now.
Yeah, feel free to add in current and overall. Anything to pad this thing out. Anyone else?
The entire Resident Evil series?
Really?
Yep.
Really?
I'm the biggest Resident Evil fangirl.
That's awesome.
Zombies!
Oh, you're not one of those people who likes Wesker just because he has a deep voice, are you?
What, Worcestershire? Yeah,
No,
I like him.
Wesker.
I call him Worcestershire, because I mispronounced it when
right.
I was smaller.
Fair enough. How do you
no,
mispronounce a
my-
two-syllable word?
I don't know how it happened.
Is that how you pronounced it when you were a kid, or did you just change it to Worcestershire because of ridiculousness?
Well, it's how I first heard it, because I wasn't paying attention properly. My brother was playing it.
Oh.
So I just thought, did he say his name was Worcestershire?
Oh, so... Right, okay. For some reason I assumed those games have syllables or something.
We've also got a thing where Claire is the drunk because she says sherry a lot in the second one. Fantastic.
Alright, and Sam, what are your favourite games or game?
That's a question.
Yes, it is a question.
Yeah, it's a tough question. Well, I suppose right now I'm playing the new Ratchet and Clank game, Full Frontal Assault. That's really good. And seeing as I've recently got an actual proper working PC, I'm downloading everything that I had on Steam and playing everything on there. So anything from Fallout 3 to Audio Surf that I can now actually run on my PC, I'm playing.
Surprisingly interesting.
Yes, and it's such a simple game, but it just wouldn't play on my old laptop.
Really?
Yeah, and my old laptop wasn't designed for gaming. It was just a pile of utter crap.
Put Miracle of Sound's Big 10 into Audio Surf, it's quite fun.
Big 10, interesting.
Yeah.
I'll try
I
that.
hate dubstep, but I like it in that song.
Fair enough. I've put a few Miracles of Sound songs into it. I like playing Joker's song on it. That's fun.
Oh, I need to buy the latest album.
You haven't, but you're dead to me.
Aw.
Yeah,
Well,
you
the
haven't
reason
got
why
it.
is because I'm
Get out of this call.
Yes,
hosting
you
this
don't belong
dumb thing,
here.
You can't make me leave. But no, I'm hoarding money for a gap year, so I'm being quite, well, dubious about things I buy.
Well, at least you're not torrenting it.
No,
That would be bad.
I'm a good human being.
Buy it. Give him all the money. He deserves it.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I will buy it. I'm not deciding whether to buy it or not. I know I'll buy it. I'm just waiting until I have
Fair enough.
disposable income. Personally, well, my favourite game. I'm not really a big favourites person, but I guess my favourite game would have to be Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
Yay! Oh my gosh, I totally agree with you.
Then why didn't you say it?
I love that game. I
Oh.
love raising Chow and turning them into like miniature,
I'm not gonna
like
go into
Sega
details on that.
characters and making them fight.
If you listen to the most recent Failcast, I go on about the Chow and how it traumatized me as a child.
No, like I was researching it recently, and like apparently it keeps track of the genealogy for like multiple generations, and the breeding gets super intense, and like there's all these like gene charts like you did in biology class in high school, and like it's just like super
And just think,
complex for a
That
mini
was
game.
originally a Dreamcast game.
I know, I had it on Dreamcast. I got one for Christmas. I remember.
It's better
And,
with
like,
Chow Karate added in there.
It was recently re-released, and I really wanted to review it. Like, I ended up doing nights, but I ended up getting to play, like, you know, Sonic instead, and, like, I, you know, restarted it and got super into, like, the Chow stuff, and I was looking around and like a lot of other sites gave it like a really bad score, and they were like, "Oh, it's not as good as you remember," and all this stuff. And I was like,
Yes, it
I
is.
don't agree with that at all. Like, I feel like it was a really robust game.
I've
Like,
been playing it through recently, and because I might, after I've done my Metal Gear Solid retro review, because I do retro reviews, yay, which you know about because you spotlighted one of them. Hint, hint. But yeah, I might do Sonic Adventure 2 Battle after that, but it's held up. But one thing that I have noticed, well, two things. One, there's some atrocious voice acting, especially from Tails. It's painful.
yeah.
And Sonic's homing attacks are sometimes a bit clumsy. But other than that, I really still think it's a brilliant game.
I don't know. I mean, I guess it's sort of clumsy, but I like to think that it's just difficult, and like it's just like when you become very good at it, it doesn't end up being very clumsy ultimately. It just is something that you have to practice a lot. Sort of like Mario games. Like, remember Mario 64, like when you started playing and there was just like shit you just, excuse my cursing, but there was just stuff that you just could not do at all. But like by the end of the game, you're just like quadruple backflipping around a corner. Like, I feel like the same way, like Sonic Adventure 2, like the controls were very like sensitive and it led a lot of people to suck, but it's possible to be good at it.
Since I started playing again, one thing I keep running into is that I'll do a homing attack towards a robot and I'll kind of like come out of the homing attack just before I hit the robot, and then it'll hurt me, and I'll be like, God damn it.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely have to hit them the right way, or else you drop all your rings. It's really frustrating. I'm thinking particularly of that level in the jungle with either Sonic or Shadow, where you have to like...
There's a jungle level for both of them.
Yeah, I know. It's like
Right.
the same thing. The same issues, though, where like the robots always like pop up from around a corner, and if you're not like angled properly, like, you know, you just get snuck up on a lot, and you're trying to hurry because platforms are disappearing, but like, you know, at the same time you're have to be very precise, so it almost necessitates tons of deaths in order to like learn what you need to do.
Did you ever unlock the 3D Green Hill Zone?
I think probably my like first playthrough when I was younger, but I haven't like my second playthrough or like my current one.
Oh, that's always a fun level. Looks weird as hell, but it's fun.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun. Like, you know, early Sonic games were pretty fun in general. Like, I feel like they were a lot more fanciful. I don't know. I feel like a lot of games are like trying to go towards this like realism thing, and like it's just sort of like not what you want in a Sonic game. You just want to like go to crazy
It's
dreamscape.
because Sonic Adventure put him in kind of the real world, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, like with this sort of like helicopters and all this stuff, like space station, and like, I mean, I guess being in outer space, that's sort of fanciful.
But we have space here. That's the point.
Yep.
Alright, final question. On
Sorry,
this.
can I go back
Oh?
to? Sorry, I just want to speak about a game. I don't know if
By all
anybody
means.
else here plays it, but Space Marine that came out a few months ago. Well, not a few months ago, about a year ago
I
now.
did hear about it, but I didn't pick it up just because I'm always really dubious about third-person sort of hack and slash games.
Well, I'm not. Well, I like sort of Devil May Cry and stuff like that anyway, but I'm a big fan of the Warhammer franchise, Games Workshop and all that. I used to play the board game and stuff like that, and I read all the novels, so I had to pick it up, and it's a really, really good game, but nobody plays it anymore, because I'm down to 2 achievements left on it that to get 1,000 gamer score, but both of them need online play to work, and nobody's playing online anymore. I'm really disappointed, because I spent so long playing the single player of it, which was really, really, really good, that I spent so long not doing the multiplayer that I screwed myself over doing it,
That's fair enough.
and I'm disappointed. But anybody who's listening should buy Space Marine and play it with me so I can get those
Do you not
achievements.
have
if you
at
want.
least one friend that has it?
Yes, but it requires at least 2 people
Oh, fair enough.
to finish the
I
achievements.
remember
no.
I had I had Lord of the Rings Conquest back when it first came out. And then just as I decided I'd pick up the online achievements, then EA shut down the goddamn servers.
Ooh.
It's quite annoying. Yeah. Alright, final question, unless there's any more interruptions. What made you want to be a mod?
Hey. We're guests here, thank you very much. We'll talk about what we want. We'll kick you from here. We don't need you. Anyway, continue. I allow you to continue.
Oh, thank you, sir. You have just reminded me that you said that you were going to sneakily make it so that you were hosting this.
Yes.
You
well,
haven't
you've
done
been asked.
that yet.
You have the piece of paper with all the
Oh,
questions.
so
on
it seems.
Yes. How do you know?
Alright, well. Anyway, what made you first want to be a mod? Because obviously you'll have been asked to be a mod, but you'll have had a reason for accepting, surely.
Power!
Unlimited power!
I guess I'll go first. I have a degree in Greek philosophy, and I just sort of like am interested
And that translates to bossing people on the internet. How?
Well, let me go on. It sort of like examines questions about like, you know, what is right and wrong, like, you know, social contracts, like obligations to people, like, you know, how to just sort of like how to be a good person, how to like relate to others well. And I guess like a lot of my moderating job is like sort of interpreting a code of conduct, which is basically a social contract amongst, you know, you guys, and like, you know, interpreting that and like delivering it. And it, you know, it's really fun for me, like to have to apply that to like everyday circumstances all the time. I don't know, I'm nerding out a little bit right now, but like it's academically fun for me. I enjoy it, and I also like, you know, myself, I'm a part of other web communities, like, you know, Reddit, for example, I enjoy a lot. So
I kind of see
and,
where
you know, I
coming
have
from.
gaming clans and stuff, so like
What clans
it
have
makes
you got?
sense for me.
What clans? What games have you got clans on?
Well, when I was growing up, like I was really into MMOs. I started with Sierra's The Realm, and then like in EverQuest, I picked up with a clan, and they have like hubs on like, you know, over the years, and like, you know, World of Warcraft, and like, you know, I think MechAssault, and like just various like, I guess Star Wars, I think, as well. And like just whenever there's like a game that crops up, they'll just like, you know, plant a guild in it and like, you know, raid and stuff like that.
Yeah. I kind of see where you're coming from with the philosophy thing, because I did some philosophy qualification a while ago. Didn't
Oh, yeah?
do too well in it because exam technique's a bitch, but I understood
It's
the source
difficult.
material well enough, and I do find it interesting, so I kind of pursue it as a hobby now.
Yeah.
Sam, why do you want to be a mod?
I like the Escapist. I mean, spent 4...
And so you want to dominate it angrily.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, I spent 4 years here, longer, because I didn't create an account initially. I was just,
Lurking.
like everybody else, I was directed to the Escapist by zero punctuation by a friend. But no, I mean, I like the forums. It's a lot different to go to 4chan or anything else, and it's not very. I don't find it very structured, and the Escapist is very structured. The way it's, just the way it's laid out, the forums and the people who are on it, the way they talk and stuff like that. And when I was offered to become a mod, I thought, yeah, I can help keep it going.
You then found that Swing the Hammer video and never let it go.
I made that Swing the
Oh,
Hammer
really?
video. Thank you very much. Yes, I did.
Nice.
Wow.
I did not make the audio. That was Baby T.
Right, okay. I
Another
did wonder
another
why you were doing
moderator.
this
Yeah, but no, I made the video. I put it all together.
one. It's all coming together
But-
now. You're a 40k fan. You're a mod.
Oh
You
yeah,
have a hammer
big
obsession.
40k fan. Yeah.
Nasrin, have you ever thought about this before? Oh, actually, I'll ask Sky what her mod inspiration was first before I ask this question.
Okay, mine's a bit of a rambly story as
Go
well.
for it.
So, I basically joined right when I started college, which is like the last 2 years of high school for Americans. So all my friends had gone to different colleges, so I was all alone. Stop crying.
I know that feeling.
Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, I started making loads and loads of friends. Pretty much everyone I talk to now is from the Escapist.
Fair enough.
And well, I was kind of depressed at the time, so it really got me out of a dark place. So I feel like I owe the Escapist a lot. So anyway, I can help
I
out.
think we need an
It's
upbeat
basically like
music
repaying them.
here.
Oh, Sky.
And then I win the X Factor.
I can't tell if that's a
That's
joke or not.
so
Some weird
awesome.
people have been on X Factor.
No, that was a joke.
Right. Yeah. Get where you're coming from with the depression. Anyway, the question I was going to ask is, Nasrin, have you ever thought about just above your, like, wherever you work in the Escapist, getting like a really ornate sledgehammer and having it and having the handle engraved with Banhammer?
You've not seen her desk, have you?
Little-
She's got
Little do you know. Go on if you want to explain.
well, no, I don't know what it is. I've just seen pictures of it. I don't know if it actually has a function
I
or
think
not,
Nasrin should
or if it's
explain
just an
this.
ornament.
I do have a hammer. I have a warhammer that I got after watching the episode of Deadliest Warrior where Shaka Zulu combats William Wallace, and they go through all of the Scottish weaponry, and the warhammer was my favorite piece. I was like, that's something I could actually see myself like wielding in case of emergency, and
You've got a warhammer.
exactly.
Have you any pictures of it?
I do have some. I could even take some and like post them in the podcast thread.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Either that or the group, if you are a member of that group.
Is that the one I got to hold when I was there?
Yes.
Sweet.
That sounds very impressive.
I've only seen pictures. I never saw it when I was there.
All my dreams are
Oh.
coming true.
I didn't see this whiteboard. Apparently, New Classic doodled all over this whiteboard that I missed as well.
He did.
I'm
He drew
disappointed
a portrait of his avatar.
Yes, next year I will get that whiteboard and I'll get a pen and it will not be safe.
You should do what I did and just burst into everyone's offices saying hello. You get to see
did.
everything.
You did burst into everyone's offices.
I burst in the CEO's office. It's my
So
favourite
was
bit.
this sort of on the cusp of the expo?
Yeah.
The
we,
day
we
before.
got there on the Thursday to help out.
Oh, fair enough.
So I just burst into everyone's room going, hi!
I'm now determined to make it next year.
Oh,
volunteer
man.
first. Volunteer
It
and
was
you get into
really
the
fun.
offices.
I didn't say I'd volunteer, I just said I'd be there.
Volunteer, damn it.
Oh. Maybe it'd be good.
Well, there's no
maybe it'd be
key
a job
code
to
to
do.
get into the secret escapist offices.
You what?
So you could just burst in.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're pretty cool. They look like the Resident Evil, the first movie. Those offices.
Haven't
We
seen
have
it.
like glass walls and everything. And it's like dimly lit. We have like a Star Destroyer hanging above the desks.
You have no windows though. That must be depressing. Is that not depressing? Having no windows.
Also, like Resident Evil.
It's really not. I mean, honestly, we're just like looking at computers. Yes, I wish that we had some sunlight, but I go outside all the time. I mean, you have to, I guess, but.
Alright, we're coming up on an hour, so I think maybe we should round off. I hope you've all had a good time.
Yep.
Yay.
Good.
It was fun.
You ran out of questions, have you?
Well,
No more.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I could improvise. I seem
kind
to
of.
be good at that. That's how I've made every single podcast except for this one. But, yeah. An hour tends to be kind of what we
Hooray.
go for with this, so, yeah. I hope we can have another one of these, and we'll have some different guests.
Get
Maybe
Martha in
actually
this
get
time.
Marta this time, yeah.
Yeah.
I know, we
Yeah.
have a lot of other mods that are colorful characters. I would like to get Martyr on a podcast.
Oh, yeah.
And also
I'd love to hear
Sushi.
Sushi.
He was going to be on this one, obviously. So Sky is just the dirty backup.
No,
Um,
Sky's great.
Always waiting.
But yeah, maybe we can get.
Yeah, get New Classic and Sush.
Yeah.
I met New Classic at the expo. He's
If I was
awesome.
feeling,
Nuke has a lovely
if
voice.
I was feeling really adventurous, I could try and get Mud.
I could arrange that, I'm sure.
Oh, that'd be that'd be amazing. But anyway, right, finally, now, okay, this time, stop your audio now-ish, I guess. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.